All right, first up this afternoon is University of South Florida. Representing the Bulls are head coach Jose Fernandez and student athletes Elena Chenica and Dulcie Fancom-Mengiadu. Coach, if you would, please make an opening statement.
Well, first of all, just want to acknowledge South Carolina and the basketball team that they have. They got a lot of pieces, very versatile, and they're well coached. And I thought for 20 minutes we did a really, really good job. That third quarter really hurt us, offensively and defensively. I thought they just really assaulted the glass, and at some points our best offense was the second shot. That's what hurt us. I think their physicality bothered us a little bit too. What I told our team, I've had a really, really great time coaching this group. I've had more fun with this group than I've had in the past, with everything that we've been through. They won 27 games, tied the school record for wins. They got a lot to be proud of. We've been to the NCAA tournament nine times, second round 5 times, and postseason play. We've been to postseason play, 18, 19 over my 23 years. But I've had just a wonderful time coaching this group. The transfers adapted well to our culture. We had 5 freshmen, and then the 2 young ladies sitting next to me have just been a pleasure to coach. When 2 of your best players are your hardest workers, everything falls in line really easily. So what I told our team, don't let this define the year that we had. We had a tough stretch, playing 3 games in 3 weeks and getting bounced in the quarterfinals of Dallas, and then having a lot of adversity the other night against a really good Marquette team and battling back and winning in overtime. And then the next 20 minutes that they played, they should be very, very proud of. It just got away from us. In that third quarter.
With that, we'll open up for questions just for the student athletes first, if you would. And we do have a field mic, so please raise your hand and we'll get that to you. Pete with the first one here.
For Dulcie and Elena, what happened in that third quarter? It looked like you kind of blunted some of their momentum in the second quarter, and then they were just hard to handle, it looked like.
Elena?
Like Coach said, their physicality started to kick in us, so I guess we just couldn't really keep up with that. But overall, I'm very proud of our group. We fought, but they were the better team and they were more athletic, so credits to them.
Dulcie?
I think that we couldn't handle the transition offense. They were really great at going up and down, and we just lost it, I guess. But that's it.
Did you have a question? Other questions for the student athletes? Pete again.
For both of you again, how do you, Coach said don't let this game define the year you had. Is it going to be difficult, not to think about this game, or will it be easier the next couple of days to say, look at the year we had and the things we accomplished?
Dulcie, you want to take that first?
Yeah. I think for the next couple of days it's going to be hard, to really realize it was our last game and going out this way. It's not really easy to take it. I'm it hasn't dawned on me yet that, it's really my last college basketball game, so I will have to take some time.
Elena?
For me, I think it will be easier because all I will remember is how much fun I had with this group and how much I love them. So, yes, this game we lost, but I can have with me all those memories that will make me smile every time I think about.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Seeing none, y'all can go.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll take questions for Coach Fernandez. Go right here in front.
Jose, before the third quarter, I guess, what did the first half did you like? And then, what was the game plan, and how do you feel like y'all executed to keep it that
I
close?
think the game plan was fine. I thought we defended elbows and blocks and kept them in front, made them take jumpers, right? But again, I don't remember the last time we got out rebounded by 27, right? And 24 offensive rebounds.
Pete.
We got to go back and look, but they only committed 7 fouls as well. You play 5 months a certain way of basketball, and for us, you got to adjust to the way the game's being officiated. I get that, but they're very, very talented. They're very good. We'll see them, play on all the way through to Dallas. But I was happy in that first half on how we defended. It was a 4-point game, and again, you got to make shots against them. Got to make baskets, and we struggled to score.
Pete.
Jose, early in that third quarter, you called that timeout. Did you sense that maybe things were changing and you were just trying to get your team back?
I had to
focused?
settle them down. I called that timeout when it went from 4 to 8, right? And I just go, listen, we're 3 minutes in, we're only down 4. We got to come back and answer. And we went, the rest of the way. I think we scored maybe 4 points in the final 7 minutes.
Pete again.
Jose, Dulcie looked. I mean, it wasn't her type of game, or wasn't her best game this year. Was she just getting bottled up down low? Did the 2 fouls early kind of take her out of her rhythm?
Yeah, she picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter, but we need to leave her in there.
Yeah.
Next guy in line was a freshman, which we had to play, Emma and Dulcie together, just because when they bring in Cardozo and they got Boston and they got Amir, they're huge. So I think the physicality took a toll and the wear and tear where, she's going up against Boston and Cardozo, and those guys can play one-on-one against her. Again, she's very, very good and has had a very, very good year. But it was a tough night.
Any other questions from the floor for Coach? Pete again. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you about watching Boston play. There were a couple times, especially in the second quarter, I think she got on the floor twice to chase, loose balls, and then she came over to double team Emma, I think, on the sideline and forced another turnover. I mean, that's not every.
Yeah, she made a lot of plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. I'm a big fan. She's one of the best players in the country. If she's on another team, probably her stat line's a lot different. Because they have so many weapons. And that shouldn't penalize, her from getting any national awards because her stats are different. Her stats would be a lot different. I mean, I think, Cook had a great game. She was good. She made shots, and that's what we talked about. If Cook and Fletcher and Beal and any of the other perimeters can come off and they don't shoot it well and we block out, we give ourselves a chance. Well, that's what happened in the first 20 minutes. Because in the third quarter, if those first 3 or 4 possessions, they went empty, but so did we. That's where we could have cut it. And then it went up 8. I took that timeout. The crowd's back into it, and then it skyrocketed to double digits.
We do have one question via Zoom. Joey Knight. Go ahead, Joey.
Jose, can you hear me?
Just barely.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Go ahead, Joey.
Jose, you've talked about how your team would not be fazed by the environment because of the way you schedule a non-conference. Can you just speak to how you guys rose to the moment the first 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think it didn't phase us. I thought, they missed shots in the first half, and we made some, and we just kept within striking distance. So, I mean, I thought our kids came out and we were ready to play. You know, that first quarter, what was it, 6? We were up 4 or 5. So there wasn't a question on preparation and excitement and them coming in and not being starstruck, right? So that's what I told our guys. I was really proud of them, you know, and then that second quarter, you know, things ramped up, and the way that they guarded Saniki and Sammy and Reidinger, and forcing our point guard to start our offense in a certain way on a certain type of cutting the floor in half on. So that hurt us a little bit, but you know, I told our guys we're a lot better than how we played in the second half, because you look at the score, you know, after watching 20 minutes of basketball and you go, the final score was 31. We're a lot better than that.
Anything else, Joey?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, seeing no other questions, Coach, thank you for.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for covering women's basketball, and thank you. Okay.